Couple of examples are dealing with when we change up that orientation. A lot of people are in the mindset, especially with these rectangles such as these, that we just match up what lines up as opposed to what actually matches with each other. So we're going to go ahead and look at this. Now obviously when we have a rectangle, because we have two sets of parallel sides, that we're going to have a shorter side and a longer side. So we're going to match up our shorter side with our shorter side and our longer side with our longer side. So now when we set up this proportion, we're going to have 7 over 9, because those are our shorter sides, equals 13. So the 7 and the 13 are from the same rectangle, same rectangle, so therefore they have to line up with each other over y. Now as we talked about before, we've got that y in the denominator. So we're going to flip the ratio to make it so that way we don't have to worry about having that ratio flipped, which when we do that, we end up with 9 over 7 equal to y over 13. Now here we go, we have 7 and 13. 7 and 13 are both prime, so we're going to go ahead and take 7 and 13. We got 10 plus 3 for 13 and 7. 7 times 10 is 70. 7 times 3 is 21. 70 times 21, or 70 plus 21, which is our LCD of 91. So we're going to go ahead and multiply by 91 on both sides. Now, the convenient part about this is that because we already knew that 91 was made by 7 times 13, when these divide, 91 will go to 7, and 91 on this side will go to 13. So then we go ahead and we have 7y on the right, and on the left we have 13 times 9. So we're going to go ahead and do that again. 10 plus 3 times 9, which then will give us 90 and 27, which 90 plus 27 is 117. And then we can go ahead and divide both sides by 7, which cancels here, and we have 117 over 7. And so when we do that, 117 over 7, 7 goes into 11 once, which is 7. There's 4 left over. 7 goes into 47, it has to be 6 times, which is only 42. So we have 5 left over. So we have 16 and 5/7. Now, let's take a look at one more example. Now we have differing orientation and we have a binomial in the mess. So we need to figure this out. When we look here, we've got a longer side and a shorter side and a longer side and a shorter side. So I see that these two are pretty close to parallel and these two are pretty close to parallel, although not, so those must match with each other. So this must rotate around like this, which means that 8 matches with 12 and 12 matches with 2n plus 2. So I'm going to go ahead and set up that proportion, and I'm going to start, since I know that this needs to be on the top, I want to go ahead and set it up so it is on the top. So I'm going to have 12 over 8, which match with each other, equal 2n plus 2 over 12. Now a lot of you have this impression that, well, 12s are diagonal from each other, so 2n plus 2 must equal 8. Incorrect, because because this is not going to be that kind of a relationship. So I'm going to go ahead and we've got 8 and 12. The LCD of 8 and 12 is 24. So I'm going to go ahead and multiply both sides by 24 over 1. Which then we go ahead and we can cancel. 24 and 8 divide by 8 to give 1 and 3. 12 and 24 divide by 12 to give 2 and 1. So now we have 3 times 12, which is 36, equal to 2 times the quantity 2n plus 2. So the next thing I have to do is I have to bomb out the 2, giving me 36 equal to 4n plus 4. So then I can go ahead and subtract 4 from both sides, which cancels out the 4's here, leaving me with 4n, and 36 minus 4 is 32. Then lastly, I divide by 4 on both sides, canceling the 4's, giving me n, and 32 divided by 4 is 8. Now in these particular problems, I just want the value of n. I don't need what that actual value equals unless I ask for it. So now what you need to do is go ahead and try these two problems, and I'm going to actually put a little dividing line down the middle here so you can see the two separate problems of our two shapes. We got some diamonds, we got some triangles. Go ahead and try those out. Bring any questions that you have with you to class tomorrow, and don't forget to attempt to write your summary.